hipstrumentals.com.
Being married to an entrepreneur is hard work, but it's worth it when it works.
You got your hands full every day like I do. You got kids, you got a marriage that you're trying to work, a business that you're trying to make work. And finding time for the kids and keeping it spontaneous. Boy, that was good last night.
Oh, shit. Nobody teaches you how to manage a business or manage a relationship or marriage. Everybody's just trying to do the best that they can. The purpose of the show is to give you some tools on how to make the marriage and the business work. We don't do it perfect, but we're figuring it out.
Daddy.
What's going on, chick?
Oh, man.
My girl.
Oh, baby.
My princess.
Oh, thank you.
You're the best, okay? I don't like the way that thing does right there. Kind of throws a little wrinkle on you.
Oh, dear.
Premature.
We can't have any of that, please.
What's going on, E?
Okay, so this week...
Welcome to the G&E
show.
You know,
of course.
this is like a
Follow
front
me
door.
at Elena Cardone. I'm dying to get my followers. I love Twitter.
You love Tony Rocha, don't you? The real Tony Rocha?
Yeah, he's incredible,
He's
man.
been sharing some love with you,
He's got 2 million followers.
I know. The guy tweets your name out, you get like 1,200 retweets. Tony Rocha. If you're not following Tony, follow him. Follow at Elena Cardone.
He's in Brazil.
Before we get started, I just want to tell you that, Elena and I sit in our home together, which is only a block from here in Miami Beach, right where we're at right now.
From our recording studio,
And after our shows, we sit down and go through the comments, okay?
Oh, it's one of my favorite things to do with you, by the way, because I love.
And then we have sex right afterwards.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
You got to go there.
Because
You're
some of
getting
you.
it spicy up in
bring
here.
it on in, dude. So, thanks, Spence. So some
look
of you,
at this.
thanks.
We got the delivery.
Some of you
are
very nice and complimentary, and some of you are not so. And then I have to make love to Elena after any of them.
To just heal my heart, my wounded heart.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's what I tell you anyway. Yeah. Hey, so we do this show every week. Every Wednesday we come to you to bring this show to you to talk about marriage, coupleship, partnership, love,
How do you manage it all? I mean, really, it's hard work sometimes.
I mean, how do you manage not eating and a show and a marriage and kids?
It's not easy. There's no handbook. Well, there probably is. People write books for everything these days.
You know what you do? You do it all.
Mm-hmm. You figure it out. Do you have
That's
to
what we
eat,
do.
though, in the mic?
We do it all.
We
do it all. We do it all, right, guys?
Yeah. Okay, well.
Yes, we do.
Woo!
Oh, that poly coming through, man. Look at that, man. So
one thing that's interesting.
I want to talk. You know what I want to talk about today?
Well,
I don't want to talk about what we came here to talk about. I want to talk about.
Bring it on.
We're buying a house. We're buying a house.
A condo.
It's a condo in the sky.
Mm-hmm. It's a house in the sky.
And we're buying it. And so we go to the architects.
Designers.
This is
I'm just going to correct
first.
you.
Good.
Okay.
This is our first big project together.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, man, we have been. This is when the heat in the atmosphere hits that heat in the water in the Atlantic,
and it creates like that hurricane. Jesus,
it creates that.
You cannot do this.
It creates those
like
cumulus clouds full of life and energy,
and lightning and.
Well, we tell the guys, hey, whatever you would do in this place, give it to me. So they come back with this beautiful
the designers.
drawing.
Oh my gosh, they can whip it up. They've got the professional artists, man. They're drawing renderings and you're living in
sexy,
your space.
Man.
I mean, and it's like you can hardly breathe. It's so sexy.
Yeah, I mean, they make a commercial refrigerator look like, oh God, I want to make love to that
one.
So they come back with the bid, and I sit down with Elena the other night, and I'm like, okay,
and we're like, holy smokes,
where we're gonna cut. So I want to know from you because I know you've been in this. If you've been in a relationship for 12 months, somewhere in that relationship,
10 years,
or 10 years, 11 years like we have, at some point you got to make
whether that's the condo, whether it's a sacrifice in life, moving.
Well, we've cut a lot of stuff, Elena, and that's what the conversation we had the other night was. I said, baby, this isn't the first stuff we cut. We've cut a lot of stuff in our life, and I know that me being willing to do the hard things, right?
Yeah, I mean, the thing that aside from seeing the sexy vision. Well, we had to sit down and look and say, okay, this was our budget. We've gone way over. Where can we cut?
Do I go over budgets?
No, never. Never. Do you?
Did you meet a different G this week?
I met a different, not really.
No.
I just know I'm reinforced with knowing why we are successful, and you've never put our family at financial risk before, because you don't have an emotional, you know how to separate your emotional attachment to something when it doesn't make sense financially, or it may put our investment or whatnot in jeopardy.
Yeah. So look, has this happened to you? I'd love to see in comments. Okay. When you have gotten emotionally involved in something, a purchase, where you live, kids, the kids' bedroom. Remember the kids' bedroom?
Oh, yeah.
If you've ever gotten emotionally connected to that, or one of you in the relationship did, or maybe the employees.
It's being wooed by the romantic notion that if I have the perfect dream home, if I just have the perfect wallpaper or the perfect flooring, it will make me happy. All of my dreams will come true. And everybody knows this is BS, but you get wooed by that romantic notion.
Okay, and you know it. Like, because you said it right. Grant, I get emotional about it. I love it. But I'm able to separate and let the rational. And when do I say, hey, I got to cut it? I mean, have you guys ever been in this situation?
Of course.
And then two people, one's really emotionally connected to it, and the other person's like, no, dude. And then he's the bad guy.
Oh, you should hear the conversations that Grant has had to have with the designers. Like, I'm mortified. He goes item by item by item by item.
Can you have somebody send us that whole sheet of design stuff they sent us? I just want to show them. It's like 20. It started out as 30 pages. No, it started out as 32 pages. It's now down to 20 pages. I have cut 60% of the design package out. Mm-hmm. I'm going through it, and they're like, dude, what, man, they're starting to call me Zinsky or whatever. What are they calling me?
Well,
Cardone, what?
Cardonowitz.
Cardonowitz. I'm like, well, I don't even know what that means. What are you saying? Oh, you tight, dude. I'm like, no, I'm not tight, dude. I'm being logical.
Well, you're a businessman. He was referring to you as a businessman because he's Jewish, and he says that
his name's Stephen
Gowedowitz.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce his last name because I just know him as Stephen G. But he says the Jewish people are very business oriented.
And he's the best in the business.
He is the best. And he delivered like
what I learned about you this week.
What we wanted.
Well, he hadn't delivered anything yet, Elena. You're in the fantasy.
I'm in the fantasy.
She hadn't delivered a damn thing. All I've done is give this guy money. So look.
So maybe you met Did you meet a new me this week?
Oh, I met a new you, and I want to come back and talk about it. How we figured out how to cut, when to cut, what to cut, and how to live with each other in the cut. Stay with us. This is a G&E show. We love you Cardone, being together.
At Elena Cardone.
For over 30 years, international interior designer Stephen G is a world-renowned master of contemporary and traditional high-end design.
To me, lifestyle and comfort is what a great design project is all about.
Interiors by Stephen G has galleries in Florida and New York. With staff fluent in 7 different languages, Interiors by Stephen G offers a full-service experience from construction to completion. Visit Interiors by Stephen G at Facebook or his website, interiorsbystephenG.com. That's interiorsbystephenG.com to get started on bringing your design fantasies to a level beyond your dreams. Visit interiorsbystephenG.com today.
Have so much going on that no one disappointment any longer disappoints you.
There are 7 billion people in the world. Who are you? How are you different?
7 billion people on planet Earth. There's a small portion of them that want greatness.
Seller Be Sold, book and audio package.
You can't get away from this idea that you just have to sell more.
Voted the #1 business sales book by Axiom Gold Awards. Now, for the first time ever, in audio, read by Grant Cardone. If you want to get your way in business and in life, call 800-368-5771. Seller Be Sold, book and audio package. Call 800-368-5771 today.
Thanks for joining us back into the G&E show with the G eating lunch in between little breaks here, so he can't talk with his
Greatness
mouth full.
and excellence.
Of course, I love the excellence.
At Elena Cardone,
Yes.
follow Pinky. I love your dress. You want to show the dress?
Thank you. No, not really. They
Now,
can say-
that's one thing I don't cut.
okay.
I don't cut. I'm like,
Okay.
dude, I want you looking good, okay? I want you looking good. If I got to go out, make another phone call, go out and make some more money, I'll do that. There's places where I cut,
Can
and
I
there's
interrupt?
places where I won't. You are going to interrupt anyway.
That's one of the things that I do that help me when we're going through the condo and figuring out what to cut and stuff. And, like my fantasy gets like hacked out a little bit. But, it's okay because, when you say and do things like that, you do provide, like for me, like the dresses or anything that I want.
Yeah.
Like you're a generous guy.
You live in a fantasy, player.
Hey, baby.
Don't even talk about it. People can't even relate to it. So good for you.
Oh, yeah.
So look, where do you cut? When the other partner becomes emotional about a product, like we found this table, okay? I went through 32 pages, cut it down to, we cut stuff like this. You got the table, Polly? It's a 50 table. We fell in love with this 50 table. This table was going to sit in our kitchen area.
Little kitchen nook.
And I'm like, the table got to
very
go.
Bizarre.
It's
You
got to
see,
go.
it's
But
like
if it wasn't going to be this table, it was going to be some
something
table.
else,
Anybody that
yes.
watches this, if you're listening to this on iTunes or Stitcher or Audible, like so many people are, you're not seeing the table. But if you're on Ustream or YouTube, you're looking at that table and say, that's a damn good thing to cut. Okay,
You're
but
like,
look, we
what is that?
now don't
Alice in
have a
Wonderland
kitchen
thing.
table. Okay, we also don't have a buffet. You got the buffet?
No, we have no furniture right now. You completely cut all the furniture from the budget.
Not all of it.
Not permanently, but
No,
yes,
no.
all of it.
We've cut. I'm talking about the things that we've cut from the budget permanently.
Permanently, yes.
These
Okay.
things will not be coming back. For instance, this is a buffet behind the dining room table. I'm like, dude, it's got to go. Something's going to go.
It's got to go.
I said, Elena, make a list, and this is how you do it. Make me a list of things you are not willing to give up, okay? And she immediately says, okay, I don't want to give up X. Good. Okay, what else? You hit everything you're not willing to give up, and then I'm left with everything. Now, if the person says to you, I'm not willing to give up anything, then you need to take out your freaking 38, put it in their head,
I would
blow their
not
freaking brains out, throw the
take
body
that
over the
advice.
rail.
That is really
call the
brutal and unnecessary.
Call the popo. Man, my speaker just opened up. I can hear them both hit. Okay, call
That
popo.
happens to you frequently.
Or you know
what?
what? Take them to Aruba. You can lose a wife in Aruba very easily.
That was years ago. Someplace else, someplace new.
Okay, what else did we cut? Hey, can you give me the Great Danes? I'm going back now, back in time.
You're going back in the day.
We're a little loud. I'm a little loud on my speakers, Pete. So we cut the Great Danes, okay? Do you remember that photo, Elena? That's Sabrina.
Yes, I
With
know
two
who
Great
it is,
Danes.
sweetheart. Yes, I know. Those are our
It's
dogs,
your-
Bellagio and Olivia.
Now, we cut those dogs, okay? Still a little loud, but it's fine. We cut those dogs. That's better. We cut those dogs, okay? Those dogs have a great ranch to live on. That was hard for us to do, right? How long did it take me to do it?
Not long.
10 minutes? Mm-hmm. Hey, come pick my dogs up.
Well,
I love
we
dogs,
had
man.
two.
I love dogs.
We had the Scarlet was just born. She was a couple days old.
I warmed up on those old laps.
And and Bellagio was kind of getting a little protective and getting a little nippy with Sabrina. So we said they have to go. And
I didn't
so
need a
they had to
reason.
go.
I didn't need a reason. They were going anyway. They was cramping my lifestyle. Let me tell you something.
What's the point?
Dogs,
what is the point to cutting? Why do you bring that up? What is the point?
Dude, you got to cut.
Why?
In
Why
life,
would you have
gotta
to cut? We had this nice house. We had dogs. We had two,
They were cramping my lifestyle.
Okay, well,
the
then
dogs
say
were
that.
for me. I wasn't there for the
If they're not
dogs.
serving the family, if they're not helping the family, if
Yeah.
they're putting the family at risk,
Where you
we're
gonna cut?
cutting.
Where you gonna
and
cut?
they did. They threatened our child. So
Now,
boom, they're gone.
Do
Didn't
you know
take
I was
long,
doing
1
a show?
second.
I was doing a show with Spike TV, and they told me, I said, I was doing some consulting for this company they were starting a gym. And I'm like, you got a dog in your house. Y'all need to get rid of that dog. And the guy was like, don't ever bring up cutting a dog.
On TV.
On TV. Never.
But why did you say cut the dog? Tell them why.
Because
they were struggling financially.
Yeah,
they couldn't pay the bills. It was stress. They had young kids in the house. They can't take the dog for a walk. I mean, and not only that, they were paying $40 in food, and then the vet bill. When the dog got sick, it was another $400.
No, they were paying $40 a week. They're going to vets. They're talking about, the woman's talking about she doesn't have enough time. Destroying the furniture. I'm like, you don't have enough time? Get rid of the things that cost you time. Cut!
And then they were like, you can't tell a person to get rid of their animal.
Cut something, baby. This is what's wrong with America right here, G. I mean, G. I'm G. You're E. This is what's wrong with America. Nobody's willing to cut everything. Everybody fat and lazy. You got to cut stuff, folks. Hey, I cut those damn floors.
Because it's emotional. And the whole point of this show is you're telling people you have to get wise as to when to detach emotionally from something. If it's not serving you greater in the outcome of the big picture, it's got to go. And that's where we're at right now with the condo.
Yeah. So can you show me the floors? Okay. They brought me in the other day. I know this has happened to you. Everybody does this gig.
I fell in love with these floors. These floors are gorgeous.
Sexy.
And I'm like, these floors, baby. This is what, 8
these are
foot long strips?
36 inch wide by 72 inches, 6 feet. They show them to you, and you're like,
and you're just like,
I had an orgasm right there on the floor.
And I'm like,
in fact, wait a minute.
It's going to look so gorgeous.
I can still see.
Oh, you hush. You're just, you know what? I thought I would make it through a show without having to flush my potty on you.
Okay. Fortunately, that's a marble, so it doesn't matter how much you spill on it.
You're disgusting. You're really disgusting.
I said, don't waste that.
Okay.
So don't waste anything. So you know
anyway,
what? Then they came with the bid.
The floors.
They came with the bid. I said, no, cut them. Well, what are you going to do for floors? I'm going to go with what I got. Dude, I'm just not going to get all hooked into the deal. Yeah. It's not on my list. I'm willing to give it up.
The floors.
And you know what? It's hard.
Fine.
It's hard.
Cut the floors.
You know why it's so hard for people to cut? Because nobody does. You need to practice your cut muscle.
Oh, you know what really gets people in trouble? Because this one is really hard to detach from emotionally, is weddings. Weddings put more people in financial risk, and they're starting the start of this beautiful marriage in debt.
Out of budget.
To make a big party for everybody else to enjoy.
Half the people you don't even like you invite to your wedding. You just invite them because you came up short on a list. My name's Grant Cardone. My name's Grant Cardone. This is Elena Cardone, at Elena Cardone on Twitter and Instagram. This is the G&E Show. Every week we come to you to talk about your marriage and your business when the two worlds collide. Stay with us.
There are 7 billion people in the world. Who are you? How are you different?
7 billion people on planet Earth. There's a small portion of them that want greatness.
Seller Be Sold. Book and audio package.
You can't get away from this idea that you just have to sell more.
Voted the #1 business sales book by Axiom Gold Awards. Now, for the first time ever, in audio, read by Grant Cardone. If you want to get your way in business and in life, call 800-368-5771. Seller Be Sold. Book and audio package. Call 800-368-5771 today.
One thing, closing a transaction is something completely different.
If you don't close, you lose. Stop losing. Start closing deals. Make the decision. Discover over 100 ways to ink the deal.
Got to be able to ask for the close in several different ways.
Your job isn't complete until your customer has taken delivery of your product or service.
My job is to help the client make a decision.
Call 800-368-5771 for the Closer Survival Guide book and audio package today.
Your money is in closing a deal. And recommit to your career. Recommit to your profession. Understand the rules of closing a deal.
The Closer Survival Guide book and audio package. Call 800-368-5771. Call 800-368-5771 and start closing today.
Are you tired of missing sales? Come on, be honest. Are you getting all there is in the marketplace? Take an honest look in your mind's eye at your sales team right now.
Are they doing everything they can to make that extra sale? If you're tired of watching your salespeople be tongue-tied, not follow up, not know their product, not know what to say at that critical moment, welcome to tiredofmissingsales.com. My name's Grant Cardone. I know your frustrations. Look, whether your people sell over the phone or in person, whether you sell a tangible or an intangible, I can increase the sales of any company by at least 15% guaranteed. Go to tiredofmissingsales.com and I'll show you the top 3 reasons your salespeople don't make those extra sales. Go to tiredofmissingsales.com.
Thanks for joining us back in the G&E show. Grant and Elena, or Greatness and Excellence.
Cut.
Don't scare me with the knife.
Cut.
We come to you each week because we believe in marriages. We believe they're worth fighting for. We know they're not always easy. You know, we don't live in fairy tale land. But anything that is great is worth fighting for. Just ask any Olympic gold medalist. They'll tell you.
Elena, that was awesome.
Thanks, dude. Wait, but don't leave me hanging.
Oh.
Okay.
That was awesome.
So in the so this show, we're talking about taking the cuts. Like, where do you have to cut to make the choice of the, come on, help me out here, of the overall kind of picture?
In your marriage, in your relationship, and whether it's at business or home, or maybe it's in both, you're going to cut. You got to cut. You got to separate the emotional from the rational.
And now I'm back on track. Thanks. Uh-oh. So right before the break, right before the break, I was saying, you know, we were talking about, you have to decide when you are going to choose to become unemotional about something, to make a cut so that you don't put yourself in a financial risk. And I mentioned weddings is very difficult, especially everybody hears about the bride, and it's very difficult for brides to cut. And I want to bring us back really quickly, if I may, to our wedding 10 years ago.
Quickly ended a long time ago.
Okay. So here's the deal. I got a bid for the flowers.
Hey, you guys out there, wouldn't you like to be able to talk to your wife the way I talk at mine?
At mine. Did you hear that? He talks at me.
No, I was just talking at you.
This is what I deal with.
I was just talking at you. And the way I handled you the other day was, I'm like, hey, what do you want on the list? What do you want? I didn't even talk about the cuts. You tell me what you are not willing to do without. And you got to know, Elena, when you go over this list, if you're not willing to do without it, okay, what are you going to fight for? And that's how we started.
I fought for my couple of things, pages. And then I said, okay, let's go. But we're back to wedding. Okay, so this is where the ladies and the men too, but ladies need to get creative. Okay, we had a pretty nice house in Los Angeles, and some florist comes up to the house, and we got married at our home. They wanted to do the centerpieces on every table and flowers. I get the bid for the flowers, and the bid for the flowers literally almost made me like fall over and collapse. I'm like, how many flowers do you think were at my wedding? Are you kidding me? Like, okay, fine. So I'm like, okay, we're not doing flowers on the center table. So what am I going to do? Cut. So I had to get creative, and
because she a good girl, dog. She a good girl. You know why? Because I'm a good guy.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to start our marriage like insisting on this extravagant wedding. Flowers, they're going to be dead in a week. I love flowers, but no. So what I did creatively was I got these cakes, these 2-tiered beautiful cakes for each of the center tables, as well as the wedding.
Maybe this isn't a wedding show. Okay, it's not a wedding show.
Anyway, so we got the cakes, and then it was awesome because then everyone, we had like 20 cakes, and everyone got to take the cakes, and then they got to take them in little boxes to go.
I need to cut you right now. I got to cut you, okay? Cut you. This is not about weddings. You see why I didn't want to go into the whole wedding bullshit?
Okay.
Yeah. My God, man.
My point
Am I right, Pete?
Paulie,
it's freaking ridiculous, man. I give you, look, listen to this. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
That's called the cut song.
All right.
You got to know where to cut, baby. Right. Okay, so let's get back on track.
Gong show. Just gong. Okay,
man,
go.
This is terrible, okay? So we went through the list. We went through 12 pages. 12 pages.
We're back on the
condo now. And we started
now.
cutting stuff. And I'm like, look, baby, we have, and we talked about this in another show about if you want to know what you're going to get in life, okay? What are you willing to give up, okay? And we're for instance, our wedding, I was in a position.
Oh, he brought it back up. I cannot believe my ears.
I was in a position to spend more money than we spent on our wedding. Mm-hmm. We probably spent less money on our wedding than every friend that we have. Would you agree with that?
Probably so, yes.
Good. Because if
we spent less money on our wedding than some people's 3-year-old birthdays I've been to.
Right.
No kidding.
Now, so right now in this house, and we're still cutting. We're still making decisions.
In the condo, the house in the sky.
What's the thing that you gave up the other day that you didn't want to?
Okay, I'll tell you.
Yeah, the big.
The center, the big cushy couchy thing.
Yeah.
Okay, this is another thing I did not want to give up. A bedroom. Okay, we have guests that come in town. I want the guests to have their own bedroom.
We cut a bedroom.
He cut literally a bedroom.
You got a bedroom in there,
tearing out the walls. He's tearing out the walls so we can have one big family room because we will use it more often than we will the guest bedroom. I did not want to give up the guest bedroom, but
theater.
This couch.
What happened to the theater?
Gone.
What happened to the? You got this, Paula? What happened to the rack? What happened to the brain? The audio visual brain?
Oh, we had audio visual. We had surround sound. The movie theater. All of it is gone.
Sorry.
Okay. So
I cut the audio visual just so everybody knows.
How do you convince a woman to lose a room?
How
does she go
How did I do
with
it?
this?
How did I do it?
Because you made sense, actually. You said, we'll use
I made
the family
dollars.
room
I don't
every
make
day.
sense. I make dollars.
You make holla.
I make dollars. I don't make sense. Okay. So what do? We go back through it and we say, hey, we got to cut again. There's going to be another round of cuts, Elena. I go back through this a second time.
Why are we looking
What do you
at
want
this
to
sofa?
cut? It's just back there. Okay.
Okay.
So, see, because this sofa.
See, I wanted this sofa.
For
who?
Who'd you want it for?
Me. I wanted it for me since I was losing a guest room. I thought, hey, you know what?
Who'd you really
we'll
want
get
this for?
For the kids when we have sleepovers.
Yeah.
Look, it's like a
and
giant
what did I tell
bed.
you?
You said no.
I said, baby,
and
you know
it
what
moves.
we do?
You can reconfigure it. I mean, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
I know we're in trouble right now because she's getting all emotional. So what do I tell her? Baby, you know what we're going to do? We're going to have camp outs in the house. We're going to give all the kids scissors. Okay? We're going to get little rubber mattresses, inflatables, so the kids
I'm not excited about this idea.
You did, dude. I started talking about camp outs, roasting marshmallows, having the kids over,
yeah, you
6
were
and 8
talking
of
to
them.
Sabrina, our 5-year-old. She was
and
getting
Sabrina's
excited.
like tripping. I said, now sell that over that damn sofa. Folks, you got to cut. You got to get your partner, your loved ones, your the kids and the spouse, get them on the same page and start talking to them about what you're going to cut. How I do it is this.
Yeah.
What do you have to have? What's on the list that you have to have? We left the state of California, beautiful Los Angeles, man. We lived in a house there. It was literally a house for princes and queens. We left there. You know why? Because we had to cut the lifestyle, the cost of living there. And I'm begging you for your marriage. I'm begging you for the people you love in your life.
Find a way to become unemotional.
Or be emotional.
Big picture.
Be emotional, but separate from it and do the rational thing to cut out the things that you don't need. Because like Elena started the show, they're not going to make you happy anyway. No floor.
You choose your happiness.
No
you
guest bedroom.
That's right.
No kitchen. No buffet.
And here's my
is going to make you happy. Can I finish?
And my ultimate
you got a secret?
Yeah, I have an ultimate secret. Okay, close your ears. Okay. The ultimate secret is the stuff that I really want. I just say, hey, okay, it's fine. It's out. But then when the time comes, I'm going to be like, let's get it in. You
think that's how it's going to work. Okay. And you know what my ultimate secret is? Hey, folks, you know what? Just be ethical. Be ethical, and she'll always be ethical. And go out. Part of being ethical is producing enough every day so that you can take care of your spouse and your kids and your dreams and even do dumb stuff. Some of the dumb purchases, every once in a while go over, but you can't go over every day. You got to be willing to cut, and that's part of being ethical. And you're my partner for life. And you're my partner for life.
And
we believe in.
I'm not going to hurt you.
We believe in being together.
Oh, yes,
I hope you do too. Okay, join us every week for the G&E Show. In comments, post your questions there, whether you like the show or don't like the show.
I mean, what do you think?
She's brainwashed. She's brainwashed. She's in the Cardone cult.
Should I hold my position?
Okay? Subscribe to the channel so that we can respond to your comments. Thanks a lot for being here.
Cardone and follow the Cardone Coat Rack Collection on Instagram.
For over 30 years, international interior designer Stephen G is a world-renowned master of contemporary and traditional high-end design.
To me, lifestyle and comfort is what a great design project is all about.
Interiors by Stephen G has galleries in Florida and New York. With staff fluent in 7 different languages, Interiors by Stephen G offers a full-service experience from construction to completion. Visit Interiors by Stephen G at Facebook or his website, interiorsbystephenG.com. That's interiorsbystephenG.com to get started on bringing your design fantasies to a level beyond your dreams. Visit interiorsbystephenG.com today.